Well, I've been waiting to get to this because this is Brian, what is the one overriding thing about AEW television that we have all come to accept as a fact? Good, bad, or indifferent. No matter what the program is like, they always lose viewers. And there have been programs in the past, a distant past, where we say, God damn, they almost had it. They made it an hour and a half. This was a major league looking show, and then it fell in the toilet. They lost viewers. They've had shows where we say, wow, there were some great moments in this show, and then there was some bad indie outlaw too. They lost viewers. There have been many shows where we said this was goddamn rotten, almost start to fit. They lost viewers. No matter what, good, bad, or indifferent, as Mama Cornette used to say. Of recent memory, even the tribute show to Jay Briscoe lost viewers, but lost less viewers than normal. And this, in large part, was the worst TV show that they have ever presented on a Wednesday night in terms of no star power, rotten indie-style wrestling, nonsensical booking, a jobber battle royal, a human waterbed in the main event. But you would think, since it doesn't matter in the past, good, bad, or indifferent, they lose viewers, they would lose viewers. This was the week they didn't lose viewers. Let's go through this. Help explain this to me, Lucy.
I don't know how much I can help explain it to you, but let's go through it. This past week's AEW Dynamite, the average rating was 1,028,000 viewers.
I'm writing it down.
Segment 1, 8 to 8:15 p.m., and this has been compiled by Brandon Thurston, WrestleNomics. Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta, including picture-in-picture, 1,083,000 viewers.
And this, obviously, is where they start approximately every week, coming off the Big Bang. As we do this every week, we've seen them anywhere from 1,083,000. That I remember one week was 1.2 something. But it's around that point, that's what they come off the Big Bang.
Segment 2, 8:15 to 8:30 p.m. The final 7 minutes of Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta, including the post-match, Evil Uno and Adam Page's backstage angle, and Ricky Starks' live promo beginning.
And one would think that this would be a drastic drop, not only because it drastically drops every week, but also because of what was in the ring.
1,054,000 viewers.
They only lost 29,000 on children's wrestling.
Segment 3, 8:30 to 8:45 p.m. Chris Jericho's live promo and angle with Peter Avalon, as well as the Jericho and Starks live, well, it's all part of the same segment, really. A video and the Acclaim versus the Firm, including picture-in-picture, 1,069,000 viewers.
They gained 15,000 back. When they've never done that before in the third quarter, have they?
I don't want to say never. I think actually usually
it's not routine.
Based on the trend line here in Brendan Thurston's chart, there is typically a slight uptick in segment 3 before things have typically lately gone radically downhill, and I shouldn't say radically, but downhill in segment 4. Segment 4, 8:45 to 9 p.m. The final 8 minutes of the Acclaim versus the Firm and the post-match angle with the Guns. The Christian Cage Jungle Boy series of angles in one angle. The Samoa Joe backstage angle.
Forgot. Was there an angle?
I don't remember. Was there an angle?
I think it was a package that I saw his face popped up, and then by the time that I saw it, it was gone.
As well as Saraya versus Sky Blue, and the post-match with Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, and Britt Baker. 1,084,000 viewers.
They picked them up again. Now they're right back where they started from at 8 o'clock for almost, I can think, the first time I've ever heard that.
9 o'clock to 9:15, segment 5.
Whoa, hold on. speculation. It already is starting in the minds of everyone that's listening to this. What the fuck's happened? It's not the quality of the TV show, obviously, as we've just gone over. What was the magic potion that happened this week? What's the difference? Some people have said, well, it's the first week that they weren't opposite the NBA. But they haven't been opposite the NBA for 3 fucking years. And some people, you just alluded to, said, well, it's the big announcement. Maybe they thought it would come at 9 o'clock. I agree. If they were waiting for the big announcement and they didn't get it till 9:45, then you would get a pretty consistent audience throughout. But they've had big announcements they've teased before. And some of them have been bigger announcements. So how did this crummy, rotten show do what they have never been able to do before? Now you can continue.
Segment 5, 9 to 9:15 p.m. Bryan Danielson and MJF's live promo and angle. 1,051,000 viewers.
And say that at the top of the 9 o'clock hour when they put the actual stars in the ring, and I don't think anybody can say that Danielson and MJF are not the two biggest names currently that were on this program. They were actually still so high they lost people for the 9 o'clock hour and still stayed over 1 million.
Segment 6, Jamie Hayter's backstage promo and the Revolution Tag Team Battle Royal with picture-in-picture, 982,000 viewers.
And that's only a difference of 69,000 people. So that you just described kept the audience 3 times as well as the best of 7 series matches with the Buckaroos and the Bermuda Triangle.
Segment 7, 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. The Revolution Tag Team Battle Royal continues with picture-in-picture, as well as the House of Black's backstage promo and Tony Khan and Adam Cole's backstage promo, 933,000 viewers.
And they again only lost 49,000 off of that. That's at the point where the show usually falls off a cliff, but 933,000 is stronger usually than their number anything after the first 2 quarters.
And finally, segment 8, 9:45 to 10 p.m. Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt and the Guns backstage angle. Jon Moxley and Evil Uno entrances with picture-in-picture, and then the match. Moxley versus Uno with the post-match with Adam Page. 964,000 viewers.
And they actually picked up another 31,000.
Interesting. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say for that.
Interesting note here, the key demo, which we don't traditionally talk about here, but it's the thing advertisers look at. It began at 452,000. It ended at 452,000. Same exact thing. Just it held the audience in the key demo this week.
So what about this rotten program did what no other rotten program they've ever done or no other good program they've ever done? What was it able to do to keep the majority of the audience? Did everybody's remote control batteries just go out at the same time?
Clearly, this means we need more Evil Uno and Saraya.
That's what I'm afraid is going to happen. I'm afraid that Tony is going to look at this instead of as an anomaly and say, what in the world happened here, but we'll take it because it's positive. But he's actually going to think that this is a commentary from the viewers on they want to see more fucking pizzeria Uno and pockets.
That's the problem. Tony looks for things to justify what he's doing. And this is coming off a week where, obviously, I was quite vocal, my thoughts on how Tony's doing right now running that show. But a lot of other people were too. And a lot of other people talk about it being the worst Dynamite. There have been more threads on more message boards than ever before about the booking holes, the logic holes, the booking problems, about AEW than ever before. And Tony pays attention to all that stuff. This comes off him winning Booker of the Year.
Well, he may read it, but he doesn't pay attention to it.
He wins Booker of the Year, and Dave Meltzer surprisingly has to put an editorial saying, you guys got this wrong. He clearly wasn't the Booker of the Year. So I think the scary thing is you looking at this and saying, see, my way is right. I could put out these terrible shows that I think are great. You're wrong. People came and watched it. But it doesn't change anything. It doesn't. That's the thing. It's the same thing as those pay-per-view numbers. You can have big pay-per-view numbers or good pay-per-view numbers and still be guilty of producing lackluster wrestling television shows and incoherent storylines. Those could all be true at the same time.
Both of these things can be true.
Yeah.
Whew. I'm amazed, and I'm trying to think what is going through Tony's mind now. He's had the
how do I buy an NBA team and move all the games?
Well, that still can't. To me, I cannot reconcile that with being the reason, because there's a large portion of the last few years that they've been free of NBA opposition, and this has never happened before. So let's see what happens next week. Maybe there was a goddamn, just a outbreak of some kind of contagious disease we didn't hear about, and everybody was confined to their homes in a certain section of the country. They had to watch something. Speaking of having to watch something, the next thing we've got to watch is this weekend, because the big pay-per-view is upon us. And at least it's a pay-per-view, unlike the WWE programming over on the Cock.